Hello, everybody, and a belated Merry Christmas and an early Happy New Year to you.
It's good to be together again. It's been a busy, busy season, hasn't it? Well, anyhow, here we are today, and I want to welcome everyone here that's present for this particular show, and also the ones that will be coming in and viewing later, and the ones that will come even further out. So you're always welcome to come back and listen to these programs. So thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. This evening, we are going to be speaking about, are we speaking about the year in review, or are we talking about the month
Well,
in review?
Ortrun's going to talk about the month of December, and I'm going to talk about the year.
Well,
All right.
we shall see. We shall see what comes out. But basically, it's been quite an interesting, I'm going to say, whole year to begin with. And especially December seems to have carried a tremendous amount of high energy with it. You know, when you think about December in itself and the energy that it carries with it, anyhow, the many, many festivals of light that are going on, there are the whole month. The Muslims are celebrating the Quran when that was came about, when it was given to Muhammad. And there's Hanukkah, and there's Christmas, there's Orthodox Christmas, there's Kwanzaa, there is the solstice. The light just surrounding that is something to begin with. So the energies of this time of year are just filled with this sense of, well, I know we've been very, very hectic over the years. This year, some of us are a little bit more settled in just because we have had to be. So it's been a little bit quieter, and we've been able to, and maybe that's a good thing, because that has helped us to not be affected maybe quite as intensely. On one hand, I'm saying that certainly we were affected very intensely with the energies that have been coming in, with the solstice and the meteors, showers, and all the alignments. But if we were able to step back a little bit, and if maybe this time on Earth we were able to step back a little bit because weren't able to just be out and about as much, maybe it was really a good thing, because it allowed us to absorb more of these divine energies that are being radiated to us. I was just looking at some of the information regarding meteors, and I'm not an astronomer, so I don't know really all that much. But I'm a symbologist, and I was looking at what meteors look like, and it was showing the colors of different meteors, and it all depends on the different types of sediments and minerals that this meteor is made up of. But what I realized when I was looking at these particular ones was that they very much aligned with the colors of the chakra. Not all of the colors of the chakra, but they aligned with. There were the oranges, and there was the red. Depending on what, like the nitrogen and oxygen, they form a red color, and the iron, if there's iron mixed with that frequency, it's yellow. The calcium, it has more of a white streak. The sodium causes it to have more of an orange color, and the magnesium causes it to have a turquoise color. So I found that really quite interesting, because out of those colors, some of that are chakras. We align our chakras. Red is certainly one of the colors of the chakra. That's the base chakra. There's the orange. That's, of course, one of the earthly chakras. And the yellow, which again is, it's moving us more into the spiritual, because yellow is associated more with mind, and moving us more into utilizing divine mind. And then the other color that I saw, as far as these colors, was the turquoise. And turquoise now with our chakras, has to do with the divine mind, divine heart, with our high heart. So it looked like this progression of different color vibrations that is affecting really parts of us, our chakras, certain parts of our chakras, And then the other is the white. And the white always is that combination of all of the colors, which is if you twirl it like a top, mixing all those colors together, the white light is a combination of all the colors, which represents the Christ light. So I thought that was really fascinating for me because, as I said, I'm a symbologist, so I see different things in different situations. So these are color vibrations that were even being sent down to us to be embedded in every part of us, every body that we have that is within us. And then, of course, the energies of the alignment of Saturn and Jupiter is so intense and coming so close to our planet on solstice. It was the sense of wonder, the sense of this vibration that it actually could be shaking our bodies because it is vibrating so deeply within every single cell of our body. Some of us might have had an easy time with it, some not. Some, depending on how clear our bodies are, all of the bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, and really the depths of all those different bodies. It may have been a beautiful pulsation, but some of us may have experienced pulsations that brought up many, many different issues, things that just needed to be gotten beyond. They could have had to do with you specifically. I know I had some of those things occur. Like one day I just started crying and I cried all day. And it had to do with the loss of my stillborn child, which was 57 years ago. It was unexpected. It just happened. I was amazed how I had stored that and hadn't dealt with it. So things like that could have been going on in your life also, this particular month. So it's really been a very, very, very fascinating month, I think. And, we're still going to have meteor showers coming again. Really the 1st to the 5th of January. They're going to be even more pronounced in the 2nd and the 3rd. So really if you can, look up into the sky. I was a little disappointed because I wasn't able to see the conjunction, but it was overcast here. But I was blessed because we got off of one of our shows on winter solstice, and my son, who lives out in Utah, there it was. He already sent me a picture of it. He was able to see it because he works up in the mountains, and so for me it was a treat, just a gift to be able to see it that quickly after having talked about it on a show, and there it was. And it was the first picture I saw of it in that particular time. So those are some of the wonderful and beautiful things that have happened and do happen through December. But the other thing that is being said is that this is a portal, an opening of the portal into the age of Aquarius. So I thought I'm going to check into that a little bit more because, we forget about dates and things like that. But I was born in the 40s and 44, so I'm going to say hippie time was in the 60s. So it was my younger years, and there were things that were projected then, just the song, The Age of Aquarius came out, and it talked about when the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars. And I thought it was interesting to hear those words. And so I thought, well, I'm going to see what I can find on that. And what I found was interesting, that Jupiter and Mars around 60s and so on, it actually aligned in 1979. And then and Jupiter and Mars will align again in 21, 23. So it makes me wonder, the calling. I was told years ago, and I read it then 50 years later, that, that time when the song Age of Aquarius came out, which I think was 67, that it was the way that the moon was aligned, and of course, Jupiter and Mars. And it was the quadrant, the